If you want to create drawings with vibrant colors, then you need a pastel pencil set. Pastel pencils make your drawings appear vibrant with excellent color depth. Pastel pencils allow you the same control as a pencil and allow you to blend like standard pastels. If you are artistic, then you will love the vibrance of the color that a pastel pencil brings. The drawings created with these pencils appear as traditional paintings and produce rich, appealing colors. Here is the list of 5 best pastel pencils for artists in 2023. 5. Caran Dake Pastel Pencils. Caran Dake's pastel pencils come with one of the highest price tags in this list, but quite deservedly so. These pastel pencils are richly pigmented, and nearly all the colors in the range have high light fastness ratings. The Caran Dake brand is unique in that the company creates its products based on feedback from professional artists. This allows them to produce one of the best quality pastel pencils on the market, and one of the finest pigments available. I find the texture of the pencil to be smooth as it goes down, and it leaves dense color on the paper. They feel a bit harder than a soft pastel, and the core is quite thick. A handy perk is the hexagonal barrel, which means the pencil won't roll away. The wood is smooth and easy to cut with a blade too. All in all, these are the best pastel pencils for professional use. Pros: each pencil displays its light fastness rating. Easy to sharpen and hold a point. Produces no wax bloom like other brands. Vibrancy can be toned down with a blending stump. Cons: does not include natural skin tones. 4. Noor Gioconda Artist's Soft Pastel Pencils. Noor's Gioconda pastel pencils are bright and especially soft. In fact, they're one of the softest pastel pencils I've used, and they blend readily, though there is some loss of color intensity. The range of different colors is a little narrow as well, though it offers enough for most artists. These pastels activate with water, making them easier to blend than other water-resistant pastels. In addition, there are a large variety of natural colors like browns, yellows, grays, and blues, making them one of the better sets of pastel pencils for drawing animals, skin tones, and landscapes. For the price, the color is surprisingly intense and exceeds expectations. Most of the color range is light fast as well. The casing is good quality and easy to sharpen with a blade, but is also narrow and strong enough to sharpen with a pencil sharpener. The Gioconda pastel pencils are surprisingly good quality and are easy to use, suiting beginners and professionals alike. Pros: bold colors, doesn't contain duplicate colors, easy to sharpen. Cons: may be difficult to erase. 3. Derwent Pastel Pencils. The Derwent pastel pencils offer a softer option with a slightly chalky feel, more like a traditional pastel. These pencils readily transfer pigment to the page and work well on a variety of different surfaces. They are particularly good at blending. For the cost, the intensity of color is good as well. Professionals will appreciate the variety of bold and diverse colors in the 72-piece Derwent pastel pencil set. Colors include a large variety of browns, greens, and blues, perfect for adding highlights and details to art. The pastels are soft, powdery, and create an even consistency on nicely toothed paper. It's important not to blow the chalky residue left on the paper, but to lightly tap it into the garbage. The pencils have a round wood binding that is smooth and easy to cut through. The core may be a bit too brittle to use with the range's sharpener, so I recommend sharpening with a blade. Otherwise, I found the pencils quite robust. I rate Derwent's as the best pastel pencils for anyone seeking a versatile option that feels closer to a pastel block. Pros: includes an excellent variety of colors for different applications. Black paper highlights their vibrant pigments. Cons: some colors are more difficult to sharpen than others. The tin can pop open if traveling. 2. Stabilo Carbothello Pastel Pencils. Stabilo's Carbothello range has a fairly chalky feel, though I found them to be quite smooth going down. They are comparatively soft, so they blend reasonably well and leave nice and dense color. Because of their softness, they tend to wear down quite quickly and produce a fair bit of dust. This means they don't hold a point for long and so suit bolder marks. The barrel for these pencils is narrow enough to fit into a pencil sharpener, though like most pastel pencils the core may break, so I still recommend sharpening with a blade. They are lightweight and easy to hold. Artists looking for the best pastel pencils for beginners won't be disappointed by the price, quality, or variety of the Stabilo Carbothello pastel pencils. These pastel pencils are ideal for beginners. While these pencils have a chalky consistency, they don't leave a lot of powdery residue that can smudge artwork. The colors are rich and can be layered for brighter pigments. These pastel pencils can comfortably compete with more expensive brands, coming close in color intensity, and the colors stay bright when blending too. Pros: one of the best bargains for a quality pastel pencil set. Easy to blend and smudge. Cons: their soft core can make them difficult to sharpen. Does not conform to ASTM standards of health. 1. FaberCastell Pitt Pastels. Creating fine details with pastels can be challenging, but these FaberCastell pastel pencils can make easy work of it due to their Pitt cores. Pitt pastel pencils are entirely wax and oil-free, making them easier to sharpen without breaking and are able to hold a point. They are also light-fast and have vibrant pigments. These pencils were also rated as one of the best pastel pencils for portraits with their assortment of skin and hair tones. FaberCastell's Pitt pastels are a versatile option that performs well for their price point. They feel quite smooth, are well pigmented, and lay down color fairly well. They do need a bit more pressure to produce really dense marks though. This means they can get a bit dusty. In terms of softness, Pitt pastels sit on the top. Overall, the FaberCastell Pitt pastels are a solid all-rounder, able to perform well for a variety of different uses. They are a good choice for anyone upgrading to more professional materials. Pros: are non-toxic and conform to ASTM standards of safety. Easy to sharpen, even in an electric sharpener. Leaves hardly any powdery residue. Cons: tin isn't great for traveling. How to choose the best pastel pencils. Picking the best pastel pencils depends a lot on your working style. You may want to compromise between softness and how much the pencil can blend versus being firm enough to produce crisp lines. If you have a more expressive or painterly drawing style, opt for softer pencils, and if you are more interested in fine details, look for ones on the harder side. All pastel pencils tend to be harder than conventional soft pastels and should produce less mess. Another thing to consider is how easy they are to sharpen. The core of a pastel pencil tends to be quite fragile, and it may be necessary to use a blade to sharpen it. Finally, more expensive ranges generally contain more pigment, meaning the colors are brighter and they are more likely to be light-fast, so they won't fade over time. This is important for professional work, but might be overlooked for beginners. These are our recommendations in different situations. So whether buying the best pastel pencils for beginners, for drawing, or pastel pencils for fine details, we've discussed it all. Thanks for watching. We hope our suggestions help you purchase a set of the best pastel pencils for your next project.